What's up, fellas? I want to break down UFC Fight Night between Cejudo and Yadong. Really excited for this card. It's actually a lot of really good matchups. So I'm going to break it down from the bottom to the top, starting with Rafael Cerqueira. I don't know how to say his fucking last name. We're going with what we got. And my boy, Bukauskas. I'm pretty sure Bukauskas is honestly just going to out skill for skill my boy. Aslan knocked the hell out of Rafael. I don't think Bukauskas has sort of power. I think he has the skill to outstrike him. I think he's going to probably hit some simple technical takedowns and get him to the floor. But from there's not going to be much going on. Probably just a boring, unanimous decision for my boy Bukauskas. Next up, we've got McConico on his debut versus Nursultan Ruziboev. I think this one's pretty cut and dry. Nursultan Ruziboev just has such a huge height and reach advantage at middleweight. I think he's actually fought at welterweight before too, which is kind of a cheat code, but he's just so large for the division, and he's got great hand speed and good power as well. I think it's too much of a challenge for a newcomer like Eric, and I think he's going to get put out in the first or second. The third fight in the prelims, we've got Nikolai Verentennikov. I rehearsed that like 4 times before actually saying it. And Austin Vanderford. I think it's a really cool matchup. I didn't know Austin Vanderford got signed to the UFC. Austin Vanderford is actually Paige Van Zant's husband and a former Bellator competitor. He was about 12-0 in professional MMA before having his last 2 losses. 2 really good guys at that. He lost to Johnny Abdul-Malik, and then I can't remember who else he fought, but I know they were pretty decent for a PFL fighter. I do like his style. I like his hand speed. I think he actually does have a lot of talent, and coming into this as an underdog, I think he's kind of got a chip on his shoulder, and I think he comes away with a good decision. I don't think he has finishing power. Probably going to go the distance, but it should be a pretty good fight. I'm looking forward to this one, especially to see how he translates from the PFL and Bellator to the UFC. Side note, I want to say, free my boy Aaron Pico, take his shackles off. I don't know why the PFL aren't releasing their fighters, even though they're done with their contracts entirely. Super cringe. Please free my boy Aaron Pico. Next, with a little underdog pick, we got Ricky Simon versus Javid Basharat. I really don't know why people pull for Javid Basharat so much. He lost in his last fight. He looked really bad. He blamed on the weight cut, made excuses. You know, guys, when they blame it on something outside of the sport, you can't trust them. You can't trust them to win and show up for a fight correctly. They always have an excuse. And that's why I'm going with my boy, Ricky Simon. I know he lost to Song Yadong, the headliner of this card. By the way, why is Ricky Simon on the prelims below Alonzo Menifield? I can't fucking believe that. Anyways, he's got great straights. His cardio is insane for a 3-round fight. He can push the pace the entire fight and not even get close to tired. Chains great takedowns. I mean, he kind of has it all, and I think people are just really leaving him out of this fight. Give me my boy by decision. Next, we got a fun little prelim with Abdul-Malik and Nick Klein. It'll be a slaughter. I'm sorry, Nick Klein. You don't deserve this. I've never seen you fight. You're not going to survive past round 1, buddy. You're fucking dead. Abdul-Malik just has stupid power, good pressure, like the longest arms I've ever fucking seen in my life. This guy's going to just like Donkey Kong smash this fool. It'll be quick, so yeah, just moving on from there. With the second to last of the prelims, we've got Andre Fili versus Costa. I like both these guys a lot. Great striking. This fight will be a striking masterclass from one guy to the other. I think it's going to be Costa. I genuinely like Andre Fili's personality, and I think he's a good fighter. But after seeing him get cracked so many times in prior fights, I don't think I see a way he wins this fight by finish, that's for sure. He might be able to out-technique Costa, but Costa does have really good striking, and I just see a lot more routes to victory for Costa than I do Fili. So I'm going to lean for a decision for Costa. Maybe, actually, let me take that back. Second round TKO for Costa. I think he catches him with a kick or something, rocks him, and then finishes him off on the cage. Pause. And finally, to end off the prelims, featured prelims, a lot of fucking prelims, I feel like. We've got Aslan and Cutelaba. I like both of these guys because they're just powerful light heavyweights, and they bring a lot to the table when it comes to like their grappling. They have pretty fun grappling. Aslan is more than a 1-round fighter, and Cutelaba is a 1-round fighter. If I ever see Cutelaba go past the first round, I go, oh fuck, my bet's cooked. Every single fucking time. So I want to see Ian Cutelaba get past the first round and win, but I know he won't. So if Ibo Aslan can survive the first round with Ian Cutelaba, it'll be a slaughter for Ibo Aslan. I think I'm leaning towards an Ibo Aslan finish in the second or third. To open the main card, we've got Alonzo Menifield and Julius Walker. I think this is a pretty interesting matchup considering Alonzo Menifield has 0 IQ. This guy is also 12 years older than Julius Walker at Julius Walker's debut. Julius Walker is interesting because he has such a height and reach advantage on Alonzo Menifield. I'm surprised Alonzo is the favorite. That being said, I hate saying debutants are going to win, but I really think Julius Walker has a great chance, even considering he is the underdog. That's mostly due to Alonzo Menifield being a fucking idiot and being one of the worst fighters I can think of in light heavyweight, just having a heavy overhand right. Julius Walker is probably going to win this by decision, probably a draw decision. If Alonzo Menifield gets chin, though, I wouldn't be surprised, or vice versa. Now, the next 4 fights of the main card, all really good. We've got John Silva versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. I definitely didn't practice that one either. John Silva is just better in every way. He has the momentum. He's a fighting nerd. It's on the fucking tee. I don't see a way he loses this fight. He looks so good in every fight he does. And this is honestly a step down from Drew Dober. He fought Drew Dober most recently, and now he's fighting an unranked guy in Baghdasaryan. I don't think there was a pullout on this card either, so I don't know why he is fighting Melsik. But there's been 7 pullouts on this fight card. He could have been one of them, but I think he had a full fight camp for this. So, and so did Melsik. Melsik is good, don't get me wrong, but Gene Silva is just a step quicker, more exciting, stronger, faster. He's going to beat him. My favorite veteran in the bantamweight division, Rob Font, but he's going against John Matsumoto. No! My favorite Japanese Brazilian boy. I wanna do like another pick like when I was like, oh, Kyler Phillips is going to get schooled by Rob Font, and then he did. And I want to be like, oh, Rob Font is going to school John Matsumoto. No, he's not. No, he's not. John Matsumoto's better in every way. He's got really good striking, really good grappling. His grappling is his best point for sure. And something Rob Font does struggle with is takedown defense. I see a few worlds where John Matsumoto gets him down early and subs him, and I think that's what's going to happen. My guess is a rear naked choke, gives up the back, and either gets ground and pounded out, flattened out, or choked out from the back. So give me John Matsumoto by sub. Round 1, honestly. Round 1, I think he gets caught. With the co-main event of the evening, we've got Brendan Allen, who looked good for 7 straight fights, but barely edged out every single fucking win. He was not dominant on almost any of those fights. Versus American Khabib. It's over. You're cooked, Brendan Allen. Your whole run, I know you already lost once. You're about to go on a 2-fight and then 3-fight losing streak, and you'll be out of the UFC soon. The UFC don't like you. We know this because you won a 7-fight winning streak, and you're only ranked like fucking 8th, man. You're gone. Anthony Hernandez is good. He's goated. I watched him in person, choked the shit out of Roman Kopylov. This is his biggest test to date, but I just don't see a way he loses. There's no way he's getting outstriked by Brendan Allen. There's no way he's getting outgrappled by Brendan Allen. What can Brendan Allen do? I really don't know. Brendan Allen's good, but just not that good. It's going to come down to a grapple fest, a cardio fest. His cardio is just not to par with Hernandez, and he's going to regret that on fight night. With the main event, we've got Cejudo versus Song. Henry Cejudo, Song Yadong. Who am I going to pick? I think it should be obvious. Henry Cejudo has not looked like himself since he came back from retirement, and it's very clear. He does not look good. He does not look like a champion. He doesn't have very good he got out-wrestled by Merab, got his shit punched in by Petr Yan. This reminds me a lot of someone early on the card, Ricky Simone. I think Ricky Simone's still a great fighter. I think Henry Cejudo's still a great fighter. Are they a step behind Song Yadong? Abso-fucking-lutely. And it'll really show at the main event. I think it'll be very similar to the Ricky Simone fight where he's going to get finished late, probably round 4 or 5. You'll see Cejudo get put out or TKO'd. Those are my picks for the night. If you think I fucked up or I missed on something, throw a comment down there. Tell me I'm wrong. You're going to be the one that's wrong, but that's okay. And y'all have a great night. Damn, Ricky Simone outside the main card with Alonzo 0 IQ Menifield above him. I don't know what I'm watching. I genuinely feel bad. It's like, oh, UFC debut. Who am I fighting? Hamza Chimaev. It's like Mike Tyson.